Good morning, everybody. I know it's later for some than others. Anyway, we're going to get started. Easy lesson today. Again, review. We've already done all this before, so kind of nice for you guys. But anyway, the Zoom, listen to me, the video was put out on YouTube yesterday as public. Today I'm going to cover these 2 days, and then of course Monday we'll start back with and get these done. Also, announcements. Packet 3 should be ready, excuse me, for pickup next Tuesday and Wednesday. I don't know what those dates are. I think it's May 5th and 6th. And you can also turn in packets 1 and 2. I would encourage you, if you want to take pictures and email them to me, just make sure you get a picture of all your work. Okay, so here we go. Let's graph some equations. Okay, I would encourage you to do this with a excuse me, with a ruler. And I already had some examples done for you. Let me remind you of this information up here. Of course, you need a straight edge. I'm going to be using my straight edge tool. And also, you need to know that when a number is missing in front of the x, you replace it with a 1. Or if this number is missing, the y-intercept, you replace it with 0. So you'll see me do that on a couple. Okay. Number 3 is graphed for you. Excuse me. Let me graph number 1. First of all, here are the directions to graph. It's got to be solve for y. You plot b first. So in this equation, b is -2 or -2. So I'm going to find the origin and then go down to, let me do this in red. Okay, 1, 2, and you make a dot. Again, that is plotting b. Then we use the rise and run to get a second point. The rise here is 3/4. That's kind of fuzzy for me. 3/4. So I'm going to go, if it's 5, we'll catch it if we graph if we hit the wrong letter. Okay, 1, 2, 3, rise 3, run 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, also, this is also -3 over -4. So I could also go backwards. I'm going to go down 3, -1, 2, 3, and backwards 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you notice all 3 are in a line, straight line. Okay, so let me give a different one. So I'm gonna extend this through these 3 points. And we hit U. So I'm gonna say this is U. So 1 is U. So I'm gonna go down here and put U in this place. And that is the correct letter, so I know I could, it's kind of fuzzy, but I know it's 3 there. Okay, so let's do the next one. Let's do it in purple. Again, I'm going to look at b, the b value. It is +1, so I'm going to go above the origin and put a dot at 1. And then this is, the rise over the run is -2, and in this case is over 1, because again, the missing number in front of the x would be a 1 as a numerator or denominator. So from this purple dot, I'm going to go down 2. That's what this negative means. And to the right 1. So 1, 2, right 1. Now I'm going to continue to do this. Down 2, right 1, down 2, right 1. And then I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to go +2, -1. So up 2, backwards 1. Up 2, backwards 1, and I call that walking it up, walking it down. And from there, we put a line. Now I have arrows at one end. I need to actually go back and change that, but for time, I'm just going to go ahead and leave it. So, okay, I am going to adjust that a little bit. Make it cross the dots correctly. And this one is letter E. And 2 is E, so I'm going to go down. And put in the answer. Again, 3 is done, so now we're going to move on to number 4. Let's do this one in green. Plot B. So from the origin, go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the y-intercept. And then here is the rise and run. The rise is 1, the run is 3. They're both positive, so it's up and to the right. Up 1 over 3 to the right. And then I'm going to go both negative, down 1, backwards 3. And as long as they're in a straight line, that's a good sign. Okay, a little adjustment. Okay. Okay, good enough. And this, ooh, I can't see my letter. Well, okay, it looks like O. Okay, and I like to make a cursive O to make it different than a 0. So number 4 is O. Okay, number 5. Number 5, the y-intercept is -1 or -1. So I'm going to go down below the origin to -1. That's the y-intercept. And then I'm going to notice this, the rise is 3, the run is 1, and they are both positive. So this is up, and this is to the right. 1, 2, 3 over 1. And I'm going to walk it up. 1, 2, 3 over 1. Then I'm going to go backwards, both negative. So negative is down and to the left. And that's as many as I can do. Okay, and again, please be using a straight edge. Your ID would be good, or just a folded piece of paper. And this points to E, so we're going to write that this answer is E. So number 5 is E. Okay, now why did I skip number 4? Number 4 is O. Okay, there were 2 answers. Oh, I put it in the wrong place. That's what it is. There we go. This is fuzzy. I'm thinking this might be a 3. Okay, number 3 is I. Okay, so let me write, oh, number 3. Okay, I can't, this must be an 8. Okay, we'll get there sooner or later. Okay, let's do number 6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's do red. Okay, so we're going to look at the B value, -5. So we're going to go down from the origin, down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The slope is -7 over 4. You can, when there's one negative, you cannot automatically make that 2. So this is not -7 over -4. The negative, you can only have 1, because if we had 2 negatives, it would make it positive. This is not positive. So over here, I'm going to write this slope 2 different ways. It can be -7 over 4. This means down 7 and this to the right 4. Or it can be 7 over -4. In other words, I can put the negative in the top or the bottom, but I can't put it in both. Since we're already down this low, we cannot go down any farther. So I'm going to circle this one as the one I'm using. Okay. Now this means to go up 7, but backwards to the left 4. So if we go up 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and backwards 4 to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our other dot. That's the only 2 we can put. Don't have room for another one. So here we go. And I can see it's going to point to the letter H. Okay. Okay, so 6 is H. Okay, back up. Let's do the last one on this top row. Okay, purple. Now this one doesn't have anything out here to the side, and you can see that there's nothing under where I wrote. So this is +0. So this one starts at the origin. So I'm going to put my first dot at the origin. That's the B value. And then again, I have to put the negative on the 1 or the 2. It doesn't matter. But this one I'm going to go down 1 and then to the right 2. Down 1 to the right 2. So I have a negative direction and a positive direction. Do it again. Down 1 over 2. Now I'm going to go up 1, negative 2, up 1 backwards, or a negative direction 2, and then up 1 over 2. And then draw my line. Okay. L. Okay. Next one. Okay, I'm going to go rise 3. 1, 2, 3. Add in a 1 under here. I have a negative direction and then a positive direction. Down and then to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and to the right. Again, down 4. Let me make that a little bigger. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right. Now let's see if I have room to go up and backwards. 1, 2, 3. No, I don't. So I'm going to stop here and make my line. Okay, definitely needs a little adjustment. And we're going to say E for that one. So 8 is E. Okay, one more here. I have -5 here. So let me change color. I'm going to go down 5 below the origin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to go up 8 over 3. I can't go down 8 backwards 3, so I'm going to go up 8 forward 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. And those are the only 2 that will fit. And I'm going to say that crosses to go to B. Squeeze a B in here. And 7, 8, 9, number 9 is B. I think I read that wrong. That's supposed to be an S. Okay, so let me erase that. Yes, that is a letter S, not B. After we've copied these so many times, they get to be a little bit fuzzy. Okay, but I know the puzzle, so I know it's right. Okay, keep going. Now we're down here. Number 10, x plus 3. So what we're going to do is go up 3 from the origin. 1, 2, 3. And this has missing numbers 1 over 1. So I'm going to rise 1, run 1. Rise 1, run. And I really don't have to say that anymore. I'm just going to basically follow this pattern. Walk it up and down. And then make my line. Okay, Y. 10 is Y. Okay, go to the next one. Down 4, that's our B value. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is, I'm going to write over here, -1 over 1. That is my slope. So I'm going to go down 1 into the right 1. Down 1 to the right 1. Down 1 to the right 1. And again, I'm just going to follow the pattern backwards. We're going up 1, backwards 1. And then draw my line. Okay, D is the value. Number 11 is D. Okay, last one. No numbers at all. So this one is going to be 1 over 1 and then plus 0. So it starts at the origin. Go up 1 over 1. And up 1 over 1, follow the pattern. And connect the dots, draw a line. And it's E. 12. Okay, the temperature is -6 degrees, and what we have to realize is there are some missing numbers here. There are lots of missing numbers. -1, -2, and -3 are missing. Then there's -4, so where would -6 be? Well, between here, -4, -5, -6, so these are going by 2's. So here's -6. So that's where the temperature is now. The temperature is -6 degrees Celsius and rising at the rate of 2 degrees per hour. Okay, so if I went up 1, 2, I would actually be going up 4 degrees because of each of these lines are 2 degrees. So that would be wrong. So I'm going to go up 2 degrees here at the next scale line or hash mark, you could call it, and then over 1, because look at the bottom. At the axis, it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are no skips here, but there are skips here. So if I continue this pattern, and I go to letter V. Okay, next. The temperature is 12 degrees Celsius. Now 12 has its own hash mark. So that's not hard to find. But it is dropping at the rate of 3 degrees per hour. So every 1 hour it's going down 3. So if I think about it, if I go to this next mark, it's 2. So this is down 2. So here in the middle is down 3. So I'm going to make that dot right in the middle there. So how do I go down 3 more for the next one? Well, down 1, 2, 3. If I count halfway, down 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1 in the middle, 2, and then 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1, and I make it to letter R and draw my line. Okay, 13 is V, forgot to write that, and 14 is R. Okay, 2 more to do. When an equation starts with Y, that is a horizontal. So this is horizontal, this is vertical, this one's horizontal. So I'm going to go wherever Y equals -1. So I'm going to go down up and down my axis. Y is -1 is right here. And because it is a horizontal line, the slope is 0. So without a second dot, I can go ahead and make my line. Okay, and this is L. So 17 is L. Okay, 18 is an X value. So I need to find where X is 3. So I go to my origin, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. This is a vertical line. Oops, let me get a different color. Okay, 3. And here, again, a vertical line has no slope, so I know it's going to be straight up and down, vertical. Ooh. It's not working right. Okay, I may not be able to fix that one. Let's see if I can fix it a little bit. Oh no, it's going to be a little bit cantankerous. But anyway, the answer is C. So 18 is C. So you see the answer, he is fully recovered. Okay. Take a little bit of time to finish, and then I'm going to travel on down to the next page. We're going to do 2 pages today. Okay, I'm on page 12, and we are solving each function for the requested value, and this value you're given are called domain. So -1, these are X values, which are domain, and we're going to write the answer as a range, which are the Y values. So what I'm going to do is every time I see an X here, by the way, this is a name. It is not part of the math. So I am going to do the math over here. So I'm going to write a parenthesis squared minus 5, and then a parenthesis, and then plus 2. And then I'm going to change color and put in -1 for any of the X values. Okay, and we're going to square. We have to do each term separately. Here's a term, here's a term, and here's a term. There are 3 terms. -1 squared is 1. A -5 times a -1 is a +5. And then plus 2. And of course, these are all positive, so we add them all together and we get 5. I like to go with the biggest first. 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 8. So over here, when we write a range, and my first answer is 8. Now to help you out, I did put all the answers over here. Okay, next one, let's get a different color. The same, I am going to put parentheses squared minus 5 parentheses plus 2. And in that, I'm going to put -2 because that is our X value. Okay. Now, when you square a negative number, you get a positive. So -2 times -2 is 4. A negative times a negative is a positive. So this is 5 times 2 is 10. And then plus 2. So again, we have all positive numbers. I like to start with the biggest number. 10 plus 4 is 14, and then 16. So my next answer is 16 in my range, and I can mark out 16. 0. Okay, parentheses. Minus 5. And then plus 2. And we're putting in 0. 0 is the easiest because it's easy to multiply and get the 0 answer. 0 squared is 0. And 5 times 0 is 0. And then plus 2. So the last answer is comma 2. End your brackets. Remember in class we used to call them squiggly lines, and then one of these 2's is an answer. Okay, going on to the second one. Okay, a little shorter. Okay, 2 parentheses squared and then plus 2. And that will be the same over here. 2 parentheses plus 2. And you could write the last one. It doesn't really matter when you write them. We're going to put -3 here. And whenever we have multiplication here, we have exponents, but you know the order of operation, please excuse me, Derek Sally, we have to do exponent first. So I'm going to say -3 squared, which is 9. So we have 2 times 9. Hang on, that dot did not work out very well. I'm going to change parentheses, plus 2. Okay, so I still don't like that. Okay, -3 squared is 9. 2 times 9 is 18. Plus 2 is 20. Okay, so let's start our range over here for our answer. And 20 is the answer. Okay. Okay, over here, our domain is 6. And what I'm going to do is, let's keep that purple. 6 squared first. You don't multiply before you do exponent. 6 squared is 36. So 2, and I'm going to keep the parentheses, 36 plus 2. Okay, 36 and 36 is 72, I believe. And then plus 2 is 74. Okay, and 74 is right there, and I'm going to add that to my range. Okay, last one. For this one, 2 parentheses squared plus 2. And we're putting a -1 here. -1 squared is 1. So 2 times 1, 2 plus 2 is 4. So our last answer there, make the best one I can, and 4 is down here. Now, don't mistake 4 and -4. They're two separate answers. Okay, 2 more. Let me see if I can bring this down here, make it a little easier with all the markings. Yes, we can make it a little easier for us. Okay, here's the next one. We're going to do parentheses squared plus 4 parentheses minus 1. And again, we'll need another one here and another one here. So what I'm going to do is, let's change color, put in -4. Okay, and let's square. -4 squared is 16. Okay, +4 times -4 is -16, -1. 16 minus 16 is 0, and then -1 is -1, or you could be saying -1. So the range so far is -1, and there's your -1. I should be checking my answers first. Different color. Okay, x squared, and then plus 4x minus 1. And we are putting in 8. So 8 squared is 64. Plus 4 times 8 is 32. And then minus 1. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the 4 and the 2 is 6. And the 6 and the 3 is 9. So 96 minus 1 is 95. Okay, mark out 95 and add it to my range.
Hello, please leave a message after the tone. Hey!
Sorry. Okay, last one. Okay, x squared, parentheses for that, plus 4, parentheses, and then minus 1. And I'm putting -1 in this one. Okay, -1 squared is 1. A +4 times a -1 is a -4, and then minus 1. So I can put 1 and -1 together, which makes 0. So I'm making my final answer -4. And there's my -4, and I'm going to add it to my range. Okay, last one. Okay, so let's write this. 3x squared minus 5x. Okay, so 3x squared minus 5x. Okay, and our first domain value is a 2. Okay, so one more time, we don't multiply first, we do the exponents first. 2 squared is 4, so 3 times 4. And then minus 5 times 2, which is minus 10. So 12 minus 10, make that a little better, is 2. Okay, and I know we have a 2 answer left over up here. Here it is. And start making my range. 2 is my first answer. Okay, now -8 is our next range. Parentheses. Oops, hang on, I'm not going to use red again. Let's do green. Okay, so 3 parentheses squared minus 5 parentheses. And we're going to put -8 in each. Excuse me. -8 squared is -8 times -8, which is 64. And that is going to be times 3. So over here, I'm going to just use this space to say 64 times 3. 3 times 4 is 12. Carry your 1. 6 times 3 is 18, plus 1 is 19. So 192. Okay, a -5 times a -8 is -40. Excuse me, +40. So if we add, okay, I'm going to add the 2 and the 0 and get a 2. I'm going to add the 9 and the 4 and get 13. Carry my 1, and then that makes 232. Okay, and the last one is 7. Okay, so 3x squared minus 5 parentheses, and the domain is 7. Okay, 7 squared is 49. Got us doing a little math here. Times 3, and then minus, and 5 times 7 is 35. I do not know 49 times 2, but I know 50 times 2 is 100. So this is going to be, what, 98? Minus 35. Okay, I'm going to subtract sideways. Well, never mind. Let me go ahead and write it down. 98 minus 35. 8 minus 5 is 3, and 9 minus 3 is 6. So this is 63. You know what? I just made a mistake. For some reason, my 2 changed, and my 3 changed to a 2. So I'm going to have to go back and do that. Let's get green. 3 times 49 is, let me just go ahead and give you my answer. It's 147. So I apologize for that. So this is not 98 minus 35. It's 147 minus 35. Okay, so 5 from 7 is 2. 3 from 4 is 1. So 112. And I see our last answer up here. That needs to look more like a 0. So 112 is our last range value. Okay, and that's the end of this lesson for today. Okay, have a good day and a good weekend.